They pop a Ravage, which is pretty effective, but unfortunately the Chronosphere comes a little bit late here, as Ana has just gotten to the fight, but in this moment, it looked like the best possible Chrono right here. Oh, it's gonna be great. It's gonna go right here. It's gonna catch both cores. It's gonna look amazing, but Quakefoot jumps in, interrupts that. They lose opportunity despite the great counter initiation by Soxa. And then Ana literally almost got Kitty Manta. Here it comes. This is the Ultimate Orb, guys. It's about to be completed. Then he gets ganked by the enemy squad here. Ends up getting cleaned up. He thought he was safe because they'd won that fight and Taiga was dead, but they went for the kill and it really pays off because then OG made some mistakes. They chose to fight even with Faceless Void dead, which is a bit peculiar. And after they got engaged on, Grimstroke was dead. Seb was running for his life. He did have Blink available. He did not use it here. It gets interrupted. Then he gets changed again. Then he gets skewered back. And then Thompson says, well, I can kill Sumail, surely, right? Unfortunately, the stun doesn't hit. Sumail stays alive, and that means everybody dies except for a Hoodwink. Pretty rough one there for OG. And this is basically their last chance in some ways. They trying to play around Roche. They lost a lot of map control. Mickey pushed out all the way off the safe lane. Or all the off lane, pushed it all the way out so that there's some tower pressure going on. Soxa goes to get some vision, and Quake doing a great job pulling him up to the high ground. I was really surprised they didn't just let him die here, to be honest. Not a great place to be forced to take a fight. Iana, unfortunately, got clipped himself as well, but you know, they burned their cooldowns. They're forced to buy back afterwards, and this is the beginning of the end for OG. So just a few too many teamfight mistakes to play against Liquid, who played basically flawlessly.
Flawlessly indeed, and as we said right after the draft, one of the most important things in the first game specifically, because the draft were fairly even, but one of the most important things was going to be who initiates, who gets the better initiation for the team fights, and oftentimes, Fog, it was Teamliquid.
Yeah, spellcasting on point, really, like all over the place. We did see a couple of slip-ups definitely from OG, and I think also a big one was Seb in the bottom. When he goes for the outpost, he gets initiated on, dies. 99 seconds, he's dead with no buyback. They get a Rax, a second Rax. Roche actually...
They could have had Roche!
Instantly respawned. They didn't know, but it instant respawned after they got that pick off. But they get two full Raxes pretty much, and then they can swoop back, and they've got such a big advantage. And yeah, I really want to highlight items because they've recognized that lack of burst damage. So yeah, big, good stuff from Liquid.
Good stuff from Liquid, and good stuff in front of you as well as we have the draft for Game 2. Bans are a little different. Alk clocks still actually, are they different? No, they're exactly the same. My bad. Hey, look, it's tiny Ancient Apparition.
This time they go for the AA instead of going for the Grim. Oh, okay. So minus armor strategy coming online. We've been talking about TA a lot, rise of popularity and perhaps pick order.
How's Sumail's TA? It's been a while since I've seen him on it.
The funny thing about TA, it never really changes as a hero. It's always the same thing. I guess obviously nowadays you have the option of your shard, which gives you more traps, which is just more vision. I think we saw GPK on Virtus Pro play it, which was phenomenal because it's the first time that I saw the entire enemy jungle, every single staircase, every single entry was just trapped. Yeah. He wasn't trapping for lanes, he was trapping for like map pressure. And that alone just made me go, wow, this hero is actually kind of broken if you play in this style.
It's really cool how they're just putting it out there too, right? They first two picked Sumail's hero, now they first two pick it probably again here. They're just saying, all right, let's see your solution.
But also, this is a drafting bit of pressure because when you're opening tiny like this, we've seen teams like Nigma do it, Virtus Pro do it, where they're kind of trying to be like, this is just our mid. And when the enemy just automatically picks a strong response to that tiny mid, you now doubt yourself. You're like, okay, maybe we have to put the tiny into a 4-roll. Maybe we can think of a new answer. But with OG, most likely they'll just stomach the lane and just go for it.
We've seen Saxa play tiny once so far this season.
Yeah, potentially they might be able to play it.
I'm not crazy. I'm still not crazy about 4 tiny.
Exactly.
The role suits much better, at least for mid. It's lackluster because you don't provide team fight from a 4 position. You have to be really specific with the way you do play it. And they're covering this TA. So we see the Pugna ban, Thompson staple, also really good counter versus that TA in lane. And now they're starting to target Taiga a little bit here on the side of OG. He was such a nuisance. We didn't get the touch on him, of course, because there was such good stuff coming out from pretty much all the players of
I like the fact that in that game, though, he went for a Vanguard to make himself a little bit tankier. The early damage would have been from right-clicks and Chrono. And then also, the way that he uses his creep, of course, we saw the center or mid lane, but it's always that vision tool.
Yes.
Some players will keep it close to them just to play around it, but he's always just sending it off first, and it's just unlocking the game and its simplicity. So yeah, a lot of respect now going towards the supports in the second phase bans.
And the cool thing about the Ench too, we were talking about limited ways to actually like push. That's the way that they got these early tier 1s. Like tier 1 bottom, it's a centaur creep, just hitting the tower, tanking first team. Same thing for mid. They did the same thing in Roche where they had him and the creep tanking it so they could get that early Roshan advantage. So yeah, it's definitely a warranted ban when we've seen Taiga have such successful games on it.
Yeah.
I guess the main thing here is when you think about TA, I put it in the same kind of department as a Morphling in the starter game that you're playing. So I'd like to see Mickey playing a very active core again.
Yes.
Like, don't go for another farmer. You're going for like your Ember Spirits, maybe like even like a Gyrocopter. So you have a bit of mixed damage there. But when we shouldn't be seeing Liquid go for like a TA plus big creep hitter now.
I'm really wondering what their bans are going to be like. Do they look to target the Darkseer again? Because that is one of those really annoying counters in the offlane that we know that they love to play. Do they ban out even like a Bat Rider, which is pretty good counter, at least in some situations? Okay. They're going to target the PL.
Yep. Blitz is showing us a new sitting in the chair technique.
It's just standard Blitz, doesn't
helps with the right calf gains, left calf not getting as much action. But
Do not try this at home. It's not good for your posture.
By the way, did we see that Sumail shaved?
Yes, we did.
Did you see
There
that?
was a
I didn't
video
actually,
on
sorry.
Insania's Instagram when he just shaved.
Big fan of it.
wow.
I liked the beard.
The
I'm
beard
not
was
gonna
good, the
lie.
stash was not, though.
No. Oh, the stash is now gone too.
The stash is
Oh,
gone.
I only saw
Yeah,
the stash.
the
I'm
stash
like,
is gone.
yeah, we prefer the beard, but no, now I need to see the video again.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see.
Who's taking their time on these spans here?
Yeah, right now OG's probably talking about, I think, Grimstroke as a hero. I think it simplifies Liquid's game again because it allows for this semi-core in the safe lane to be enabled by an aggressive 5. And just gives them the overwhelming fight because Liquid's timings right now is that quick Deso into double meld for Aegis,
Yep.
play over the river and just apply so much pressure.
That is going to have to be the game of being able to fight back. Because these TAs, I mean, this hero is just, you snowball so far out of control right now. And you're way better in late game now. If you do get to like level 25 as well too, like that refraction charges is ridiculous. They're banning those active safe laners, so they
Yeah, I
take out the
respect
Void
that, yeah.
Spirit. I think that's a pretty cool one. AA doesn't really do much of anything versus a Void Spirit, gets right on top of you, so definitely looking at that. Because Mickey, he's loved these kind of weirder one positions lately because they do have Sumail playing the one from
Yeah,
mid.
but that's why TA and Morphling is so good because you can just pick literally any creep, like any active core in safe lane,
Yep.
and you just kind of swap up the farm priority and you're still getting the same explosive physical damage, but it's now just from a different lane.
So who ends up swooping through Broodmothers in the game, right?
Okay, they go for
That was
Willow.
one that was banned last time.
Correct.
We have seen Topson, play a couple Willow mid games in his pubs,
Yeah.
but I would still assume it's just a tiny mid Willow 4.
Yeah.
That's like the simplest approach, but
That
We've
lane
seen
sounds
Saxa
miserable
do
for
very
that's what I was gonna say. Like, please don't be too crazy here.
Saxa has had definitely some good performances on the Willow. I think teams were picking it a lot in the beginning, then started straying a little bit away from it. But it is good to burn refraction charges. It's a good team fight tool as well, and you're enabled nicely from Ice Vortex.
Yep.
Question is, do they still go for Grimstroke on Liquid? That's still available. I still think that's a very, very safe pick because again, in drafting against these tier 1 teams, if you pick a hero that's a bit kind of niche, countering it feels so good. But picking like more generic heroes, it's like the equivalent of picking like a Rubik into Enigma. It's like a free pick. And this is where like the pos 5 in this scenario is somewhat a free pick. Mainly because you don't see the offlane. You need to get yourself through the draft.
I see no mustache.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Much better.
I like it. There's a little bit of 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
Don't mind it.
He's a hairy boy.
Don't mind it at all.
Oi, oi.
Taking a while here for the pick.
Ooh, what?
Ooh.
All right.
The grave way to save a hero, even if you are blasted. They always look for something.
So is this because Snapfire and Dazzle? Who do you want as your 4 more often than not? Like, we've seen No-Till play Dazzle. Like, they're actually one of the few teams other than Rasmus who played it on the offlane in one of their first series. We've seen No-Till play it against Team Secret successfully as position 5.
Have we seen any like one position?
I'm currently
You're
doing the
checking? I was
research.
like, T, get on it. Maybe
I'm
they're doing
looking,
something-
Chief. I'm
something
looking.
correct. I don't think
Like
that's
the
going to be the
Mickey
case.
Dazzle?
I don't think it'll be the case, but I mean, potentially they can flex it. Also, let's look at this minus armor in team fights. I see 3 heroes. Well, Tiny, sure, you get your Grow,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
very tanky, but Willow, one of the lower armor heroes, same thing for AA. We got Bad Juju, we got Little Shredder, we got Meld.
Is there more? Can we Quattro down?
Okay, so
long as-
out of all the players on Liquid, Insania is the only one that has been playing it.
Okay.
And it
Okay,
is
okay.
like a Mana Boots Glimmer into then maybe like a medallion style of
Sure,
build.
but that's a
Pete-
5.
But it has
Yeah.
only been one showing in the pub scene, of which he did lose
Okay.
22 hours ago. But that is most likely the most logical step for it to be.
A way to protect heroes for sure.
Ooh, we see
Always
the
cool.
Beastmaster as well. I
Okay.
like that idea just for the fact that. Oh, and there's the
I was going
Brood.
to say the Brood got left.
You
have
forget
to,
about it. And
You got to
there
remember
it
about
is.
the Brood.
Whew.
They're smiling. They're really happy with that.
Yeah.
It's TA Brood, like the active, you can get super active, you control so much of the map too. Traps, spiders, you're gonna have so much information.
And OG fully subscribed to the idea of playing lanes and skirmishing the map, and this is where Brood does not get punished by that. Unless you're skirmishing into that lane, it's going to be pretty difficult. And we also need to remember, we've got the Dazzle Hill Bomb onto Spiderlings potentially as well.
Oh, yeah.
Old classic.
That's a classic, yeah, exactly.
Used to be big fans of that. I know if Aoi's watching out there, we used to do Brood Dazzle all the time in our games ages ago.
We have just been messaged that we should look out for the Liquid Lichen to have the Dazzle jungle with the wolves. I don't know if this
That's
is
what we used to
legit
do with.
thing.
So this is some like TI2, TI3 stuff that people used to do with Brood. You jungle with the spider.
Yeah, but obviously you can't.
You
'cause he's
technically could do it with Couriers too.
courier.
Yes, that's what we did see people do that ages ago.
Yeah,
That's not grief. That's
I'm
not
just
grief.
saying,
Don't give people in the chat ideas.
you can do anything if you put your mind to it.
So, you know, they're trying to at least one up a bit with vision, get information.
Yeah.
Beastmaster will always provide that to at least get info around Roche, because you know they inevitably will go there. So I do like at least that.
But do you want the Beastmaster to be more of the wave clearing style Beastmaster, pivoting less on auras and going back for the Ags? Even though it's slightly nerfed, they need a way to deal with
They need a way to deal.
the wave clear.
Yeah.
So potentially you might see a resurgence of the Ags. Or it could just be straight, you know, tank up, be that front line, and now you have the BKB piercing stun for when TA blinks in, you kill her really quick, and then suddenly this Brood who doesn't provide team fight is watching from a distance as there's a disconnect in positioning.
Do you think this is a Mickey Brood or a Koikfa Brood?
I would assume,
Should be Koikfa.
I would say, yeah, Koikfa
Probably
Brood.
Koikfa, right? But
Mickey
it's still-
doesn't really play Brood. Koikfa is Brood.
I would imagine
Bummer.
so, yeah. I just was, you know, wondering if they could still, you know, there's still flex
This
possibilities.
is that rare
Yeah.
scenario that it could also be like the Mickey Snapfire, Koikfa Brood, the Dazzle's laning with Brood, and Mickey just playing a more aggressive style of core.
Yeah.
But it's all about
They've done
Sumo
that.
playing mid. They have done that,
They've done that.
roles flexibility before. But that's kind of where I'd be aligning myself here.
I'm seeing a lot less team fight coming out this game, which makes me a little sad because I
Oh.
do love seeing all the team fights. but
Skirmishes,
Lots
though.
of small skirmishes and pickoffs and stuff like that, though, that
Yeah.
can come
Yeah.
out. They see the Slart ban, they cover the Tide ban. Ooh, almost fell out of my chair.
No, it's fine.
Do it.
Drunk on
I was,
Dota.
I was excited.
All right, they're giggling, they're happy. They know
They
they got
are.
the Brood, but you know, there's still one more pick.
They're
Yeah.
like, they don't know what our roles are. Look at us, because there is all these.
Insania's
Look,
like,
Insania's like,
guys, calm
guys,
down, calm down.
I'm not picking Gyro. Look, he's now talking. He's like, we could do Snap 1. We could do
yeah,
right?
they're doing it, they're doing it.
I
We
think
know.
they're switching stuff up a
Yeah,
little bit.
they
They're being
feels it.
flexible.
They are very happy with
Yeah.
themselves right now. And they should be. They're one game up in a series that if they nail
he
it...
doesn't like the Tiger doesn't like it. He's out. He's like, no. And then
Oh,
no, they're
yeah,
like, okay. This
He's
is
like, that's a cool idea.
that's a nice idea. I like that. I rate that so much. Oh,
What is that
oh no.
face?
I like that. I've never seen
Yeah.
that
I've never
face from
seen that
No-Tail
face from
before.
No-
That's kind of like when like your like Visage picker or your
Oh.
techies picker comes over to you and says, mate, this
He's
is
like,
the game.
dude, it's a meeple game.
This is a
Something.
meeple game.
Yeah,
He's
like,
like,
it's like one of those games, and you're like, you know,
Yeah.
I can see it.
You don't really know why, but you trust him. And Seb,
I mean,
like,
he smiles
oh,
all around
damn,
from OG as well.
These final picks better live up to the
Oh,
expectation.
okay.
Yeah, look, I mean, okay.
Okay, but
Who's
maybe.
going
Ooh,
We
okay.
still don't know. Mars,
All right,
we
okay.
know that Koikfa plays it. Make it
Ill
play
for a Sven?
So,
Sven.
Warcry, right? They're trying to
Sure.
counteract all
Okay,
that minus
that's true.
armor.
All right,
Okay,
all right.
okay.
They've got the combo with the AA, the lane
They do,
strength.
yeah.
And it's a way to deal with
Okay,
spiders.
laning,
Just
okay.
a hard stun
Dazzle
to kill.
5. Okay, they're playing it normally.
'Cause
Nothing too crazy here.
Matu
All
was the one who, I think Matu was the one who said the Sven's annoying to play against, right? Because it's
Yep.
it's a stun. You know, like you just
Exactly.
get stunned, you can get followed up and killed.
And now you have kind of two ways to deal with the spiderlings, sorry. So you have Sven and you have Beastmaster with axes.
I like Sven when he has an enable as
Mm-hmm.
well, like inner beast. I think the attack speed is actually really important for a hero like Sven.
I guess the main thing is just the kiting potential for Liquid, where you have the cookie, you got a grave, TA with the blink and the refractions, you got Broodmother running over webs, Marzarin. Like there's a lot of soft ways that if Sven has a difficult game, it can be really hard to get clean damage. But if you have an item advantage, you're going to rip through them.
Fraction's quite good versus Sven. but Sven
I just want to
Warcraft is
remind everybody that if OG
worry,
lose this
don't worry, buddy.
game, they are playing in the tiebreaker to avoid elimination.
Wow.
I also want to point out that if that means that Liquid win the game, they are guaranteed second and make it to the group stage of the major. If we're going to a third game, there's other scenarios, but I want just people to know that that is at stake here. There's a lot to play for, and I'm curious to hear both of your opinions. Who you favor?
I think for me, the OG has a little bit of an advantage. Early have my issues.
Yeah.
That was good English, but still.
Sure.
It's just the idea when they do connect, you have a Roar, you have Dark Willow, and that
Yeah.
could be the turnaround that stops TA from being the explosive one because it is all about TA now.
But
Yeah.
you like the draft regardless on the side of Liquid a little bit better.
Quirky.
I like
Quirky.
Liquids because they've got some clever stuff going on. You know, Mick is playing all these weird heroes. They've got the snowball factor. I've
Yep.
been waiting to see some more TA too. So
Dazzle.
All right, I'm waiting to see some brawling going on here in this game too. I hope we get that. I know our commentary team is ready for this as well. It's over to Cap and Kyle.
That's right. I do kind of agree over there with our panelists. I was a little sad. Bit less team fight. That first game was very fun, but there is going to be a lot of skirmishing here. It does feel like it's not OG, but Liquid rather, who threw a bit of a curveball into the mix with a late Broodmother pickup.
I mean, we saw this play out yesterday in Secret versus Brame in a similar scenario. There was a Willow, there was a Beastmaster going up against the Big Spider. This time, it's a Skywrath replaced by an AA, but same concept where Liquid are just going to be able to abuse the map control. They're going to get tons of vision all around. And it becomes incredibly difficult for these OG squishies to stay alive because you catch an Orchid and Spider Army runs at you, you're just dead.
I am much happier. I'm not sure if you heard my Broodmother rant earlier
Yes.
on the previous series. I am quite happy with OG's choice of carry. I feel like Naga Siren, Troll, Alchemist, Sven. Like
Okay.
those are your like 4 go-to like safe lane carries that can really deal with Broodmother very well. So I'm pretty happy with this last pick of OG, and you've got an Ancient Apparition paired up with it. So feels like a bit of a dream there.
Yeah, we saw VP a couple weeks ago deal with an offlane Brood in a similar fashion. They had the Troll AA, and they just killed the Brood.
Yeah.
No spiders until level 6, so you're really not the greatest laner. Hold up.
Mickey being nice and aggressive with this Mars. Anna knows he's dead, and he will give the first blood over to Taiga.
Not bad. Not bad. Liquid coming out firing. And once again, it'll be tops and mid on the Tiny. This time, Sumail on the TA. This is a relatively TA-favored matchup. I think why they're confident to take it in the first 2. And a lot of confidence from Sumail. Seen a lot of commentary that in that last game, Sumail was the only person playing to win. And Liquid
Well,
doubled
that's a
down,
little
giving him a carry
rude.
once again. There were some mistakes made, to be fair.
It was a messy game of Dota, but that in some ways, I know you like the term unforced errors and forced errors. That was kind of a bit of a mixture of both,
Yeah,
right?
for
It was
sure.
a high-tempo game where naturally some messiness was going to occur.
Yeah, OG will certainly need to step it up if they want to play better. Or if they want to advance, rather.
Oh, nice double stun once again. Trying to use the cold feet to apply, but Broodmother is fast enough to be able to get out of that chain stun combo, it seems.
And up top, what is it going to be? It's a Mars versus a Beastmaster in the safe lane, so I think that's relatively Liquid favored as well. Down here, they will have dangers, though. Brood needs level 6. But it's we don't see much Dazzle nowadays.
No.
You had a theory. It could be true, where it's the jungling with wolves strat, but replaced with spiders. Where at some point, some spiderlings will be given control of to Insania, and then he'll jungle with them.
I had that theory?
Somebody did. Might have been BSJ.
I'm a genius. That's a great idea. That wasn't me. I bet it was Robson, honestly. He's the kind of guy who think of silly stuff like that. And they do manage to pick up a second kill here in this bottom lane, and Taiga still survives. Anna had nothing left in the tank. Insania very likely to die here. Fairy Fire prolongs his life a little bit longer, but he does eventually fall. Sox is going to have to go into the trees, but a spear is up. And so that will be a healing salve that is lost to OG.
More harass coming out on Koifa. Went for the Orb of Venom build. It's pretty standard.
All right, Anna's... He's got another mango, but he is just so
Is he just
aggressive.
dead?
And
What?
he's just dead. I'm not... He had to have known Taiga was coming back about that time. I mean... Oof. And if anything, Liquid wants to fight you there. Whenever you get a hard camp pull off, right,
Yeah.
you naturally want to get aggressive so they can't interfere with the pull.
No comment on that one.
Odd indeed.
It's still too early to really tell, of course, but Liquid, you can see the game advantage, I think, is just really good for them. However, do keep in mind, it's been a running joke, but Liquid have yet to be able to break the curse of win game 1, lose game 2. So
Yeah.
OG, if they can't play better, at least they'll have fate on their side.
I believe Blitz said that they are the kings of 2-1. Whichever way that goes, they are the kings of 2-1. And I mean, maybe that's to their credit. Alliance are also the kings of 2-1. Look where they ended up. So
it's wild though. It's 6 weeks of Dota 2, and a lot of times, I think we've only had, I think it was 6 matches over the entire course of this season that actually ended 2-0. So a lot of BO1s determining where teams actually ended up in the standings. Oh, they got the cold feet.
Oh, that one does land. It looks like Koifa wasn't able to get fast enough with the lifesteal. It's coming out. Anna, he also has the miss percentage chance on him. Koifa's going to keep going. They have the cookie on top of No Tail. They pick up both the kills. 100 HP, Kyle, from being the difference of getting a core kill or losing 2 lives.
I thought Sven was supposed to beat Brood in lane. Cap, this is going terribly.
It really is.
For OG, and you can't really recover as well. It's a very tough game to play Sven from behind because you can assume Brood, the moment you leave lane, is going to start pushing your tower with spider pressure, and there's going to be a TA dropping traps all over your side of the jungle.
Yeah, this is certainly not going the way expected. Oh, the shot just before he went out of vision. Healing salve canceled, but does keep him alive, and apparently he had a backup too. How's mid lane going? 28-4, 24-4? Is this what you would expect out of TA, Tiny?
Yep. It was definitely another one of those matchups that's benefited the Tiny more so because, you know, you just get free runes, so it's easier to sustain. You're taking so much damage from the sideblade spam.
That was cute. Do you see that? Sumail popping the glyph in order to make sure the creeps don't die. So if he does get tossed back, the creeps are still taking the aggro of the tower and also potentially denying some CS. Little plays like that from mid laners I always think are so cool.
Yeah, I remember talking to Fear and Bulb about this way back in the day. Sumail is a real pain, or at least he used to be, to commit to replay review. He would watch the first 3 or 4 minutes in the mid lane, be like, ah, damn it, and turn it off. He cares not about mid-game rotations.
Another kill, No Tail. I'm beginning to think this is the difference between Snapfire and Ancient Apparition in lane as Thompson almost being run down, baits it out, had a Fairy Fire.
Was that delivered by the courier?
I think it was, because I have to imagine Sumail would have already known, like, oh, he doesn't have anything left, but the courier may have actually just delivered a clutch Fairy Fire to keep him alive. Koifa, gonna be okay, and immediately they turn around. I think the minus armor plus the Silken Bola just means they can always man fight. The Snapfire Brood is too deadly.
Yeah, especially now that they've got that advantage. The kills they've amassed. And there's the Soul Ring. Spider spam will come online the moment Koifa hits 6. He's halfway there. And I fear for No Tail. The moment a couple rounds of spiders are up, he's going to take a shredder, and oh, you got a cookie away. He'll just tank the cold feet. Koifa's strong enough to duel.
Yeah. And this is all like this pressure that's happening is without the Broodmother getting level 6. So once the spiders start being picked up, even if he may not be able to use them in lane the best, Insania in some trouble at top lane, being chased down by the boar. But Mickey is a wall that stands between him and his defensive support.
Yeah, this top lane, you can tell Mickey going for the Blades of Attack before the Chainmail. So that should tell you all you need to know about how well top lane's going for Liquid. Sumail in a little bit of trouble, has Refraction.
Yeah, he does have Refraction, but it's being burned through pretty quickly with a full wave of creeps there. Saksa, looks like they were able to finish off Insania there, but bottom lane continues to go poorly for OG. Anna is dead again.
And it's not going to get any easier. Koifa is now level 6. Taiga is on a mega kill streak. He is almost level 6. Oh my god, it's 8 minutes into the game. I don't know how you survive bottom. I don't actually know who the hell OG put down here to deal with the pressure.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be able to rain cookies as spiders skitter over and find any support. And yeah, Anna makes the wise decision. He gets the hell out of here. Good timing.
Right as they get aggressive to go on the kill onto Seb. Almost get him, but he is bailed out by his stick charges. And now they turn around with the Primal Roar. Mickey, he does have stick charges himself. You could see him kind of trying to bait in Anna. Anna will not swallow that bait. He'll back off and just go for creeps. But Sumail, Curse Crown on him. One last shot on Thompson, but now they're turning around with the Avalanche and the last couple of hits in from Saksa. The meld isn't going to allow him to survive. There was already, he tries to get some bottle hits in, but it's not good enough. The Sentry placed preemptively in the river to deal with traps. That's why he couldn't stay melded.
They needed that kill. Once again, Sumail, he's got the courier and Thompson one swipe away from a double death, but ultimately ends up dying there. You need to make that play if you're OG, because bottom tower was lost the moment on a TP top. And you have some major issues now with this player.
Really?
Whoa, whoa. Seb?
He's going for Seb, and he's got him! Taiga all-ins on it. He tries to hop into the Roshan pit to maybe try and get a deny, but an unstoppable streak is fed to Ana. That is not insignificant.
Yeah, I don't know if that's worth. Seb had just finished his Helm of the Dominator, so didn't lose any gold. As you said, huge streak going to Ana, your hard carry, and Seb was with no roar and no boots anyway, so that's pretty much a free teleport in his eyes. Plus the extra one from Death. Easy 100 gold, he'll say.
Yeah. And they also got a ward kill on top of everything else. Mickey, about to be pressured, but this is not your ordinary safe lane carry. Having an offlaner in the safe lane position does mean that you can kind of park it out there. I mean, nobody really wants to go on a Mars who's level 7.
Yep. This is what makes Liquid seem so strong right now. They have this ability to run what are effectively double offlaners, while Sumail then is able to play the hard carry from mid. So he's just free farming, now coming back up to clear some stacks. Look at Koifa, yeah, our spider cam. He's uncontested. He is attacking a tier 2 before 10 minutes, and no one is there, and no one can go there to stop him.
Yeah, I mean, OG...
Who responds?
If the Sven's lane went okay, maybe he could do it. Beastmaster doesn't have maxed out axes. Tiny, it's just a one toss of the tree, but he doesn't have that every time. And now Thompson not even being able to stay mid lane. As a smoke up from Liquid, they say you can stack as many heroes as you want in the top tower, but that's the least important tower in the game right now. We're taking your tier 2, now we're pressuring your mid.
That is a massive advantage for Liquid, because now if you can just control this bottom outpost, it's 10 minutes into the game, Cap. That is a lot of XP they're going to suck away from OG.
Oh, absolutely. Terrorize is going to be... Oh, no, it fell a little shallow. And Soxa will pay for that. A lethal error from him. And now No Tail. Uh-oh. The Broodmother is out of the bottom lane. He's being let loose on the rest of the world now. Bunch of spiders die, but well worth the cost of an Ancient Apparition.
Maybe this was the strat, you know, guys, we can't win game 2 anyway, so let's pick something as annoying and potentially cheesy as possible. And right now, you said, and I agreed really, that the AA Sven would be a good answer to the spider, but it has done absolutely nothing. And you've now got OG forced to play 30% of the map with their entire draft. The entire, look at, you can just, they're not wards, but you can see the bottom jungle and who's in possession of it. Koifa just has webs all throughout. At his leisure, he can look to connect towards mid, but for now, I think just control the outpost.
Highest amount of ability damage at 11 minutes on any hero, and that is not surprising. He has just had a full reign of the bottom lane, and now you're going to start seeing him exert some pressure on either the tier 3, maybe he tries to take over more of the mid lane. Either way, he's going to be creating a lot of space for TA just to hit Ancients. Mickey, he's going to be the one being gone on here, but a Brambles misses.
Keep in mind what's at stake here, Cap. Liquid, they win this, guaranteed second place. Oh.
No Tail going to be run down easily. I'm not even sure what he's doing down here. I mean, this is not the place to be. Maybe top is a better place, but Sumail links up with Mickey to help make a kill happen. Immediately TP's down to refill his bottle on an arcane rune.
Man, this just blows my mind. So Liquid win, they're second place. They go to the major with 400 points. They need to perform. They might get themselves a TI invite. Nigma would go as a wild card, but OG guaranteed would need to play a qualifier for TI.
Toss back over. Primal Roar put on the Dazzle to make sure there's no shallow grave to bail out Mickey. But now, Ana stuck inside the arena is being nailed by Mortimer's Kiss. His very excellent shot, Taiga.
Take that trade. Every time. This is Liquid fighting at a numbers disadvantage. Koifa farming at least 500 GPM in the meantime, so long as you get the trade there, you're happy.
I mean, look how defensively Liquid is playing in some of these situations. Because,
Yeah.
I mean, Koifa can't help. That's the downside, is that, like, rotating as a Broodmother sucks. But this might be a good combination if they can burn through the Refraction. Ice Blast is going to come in, though. Terrorize goes out. The Shallow Grave, it's going to keep him alive for now. And now Thompson's the one in trouble. He does end up dying to No Tail, ticked out eventually, as Ice Blast did do its work, but he can still catch up. Koifa, he's going to look to slow him down further. He's going to go for Seb even. He's ignoring No Tail for a much higher value kill. Slowing him down, playing the outskirts, the Curse Crown, the Spiders are going to be drug away, and eventually Koifa should be able to get this kill, no problem. And a fresh round of Spiders, if he wants, he could just start transferring all his aggression now to the top lane.
He did use a lot of webs for that, however. Only one charge remaining, so he's going to have to be a little conservative now. But yeah, you make a really good point. Liquid, they read the map quite well. It's not really the most difficult spot when Koifa is just saying, hey guys, there is still nobody bottom, but they're playing to hug the tier 2 top because OG's only move is to try and swap jungles and take over Liquids.
It's not a matter of intelligence, but discipline,
Indeed.
right? It's like everybody knows OG can't play the bottom half of the map, but you gotta just be reminding yourself, okay, that means they are going to be 5 in our jungle a lot. All we have to do is just not die to it, and maybe even get the right kind of team fights here with an initiation onto Thompson. They may have just bursted down the most important core at the start of a team fight without him getting anything off. He chucks a tree, but that's it. Now Seth being run down, he's going to have to use the Primal Roar to be able to have a chance to stay alive here. The Ice Blast over the top, but they don't really have much to follow it, as Liquid have surely won this team fight and have definitely claim the Aegis for themselves, as OG don't really have anything left.
Yeah, Sumail went for the farming build too. He has max meld. Already with the Deso. No blink needed. Not just yet, because Mickey rushed one. And realistically, as you said, like they're comfortable just out farming on the map. Ana?
Oh, Anna! Mickey catches him farming. Cookie to stop the TP. And now, Anna is definitely dead. That was a cute little play. Mickey was trying to hide out of vision to prevent the stun, but Koifa is there to collect the kill. He has created a tunnel of webs from top to middle and a little bit down to bottom, so there's just nowhere really for OG to hit neutral creeps anymore. Gonna be able to catch a nice combination. Stunning up two, the Terrorized Taiga does manage to jump out of that one. The Curse Crown, though, keeping Mickey stunned even further. Shallow Grave will delay the Ice Blast kill. Eventually he dies, but Taiga says that his work is done. They kill 2 on the side of OG.
This is...
Bit of a slaughter.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like, okay, don't be negative here. How does OG get back into it? But really, they need Liquid to make some sort of egregious misstep. Like, every Mars arena, it's a blink combination. Mickey just hits the spear. That's going to be a kill. They have the cookies to drop in. Sumail has Aegis, a DD, a blink soon to arrive, unless he just purchased something else. Might have been, what was that, like a Dragon Lance? Yeah, I like this. I like the no blink. When you're ahead like this, just all in on stats, because you don't need a blink. Mickey will be your initiation. The Spider Army can always flank. Just try and have that max distance. Very nice in a game like this.
Now, Liquid does have, as you kind of talked about, like 2 offlaners, basically. No Tail. 1 hit is almost enough. A spear almost connecting into the trees. A Primal Roar going. Seb has nowhere to run to. He ran in, but nobody else from OG can help with that.
You can't play. They've died 24 times in 17 minutes, Cap.
Yeah.
They don't have a bottom outpost. This XP gap is getting bigger and bigger as the minutes tick by. Yeah. That's the same edge Liquid had like 35 minutes into that last game in terms of XP. Look at that. You saw that side blade?
Yeah, no. They changed the side blades, making it so it amplifies your actual range is just hilarious. And,
thank you. You stacked these for the Sven. I'll take them.
Okay, so they basically have 2 offlaners on the side of Liquid, right? That does mean that they are going to drop off, right? Mars, Broodmother, extending past 30 minutes isn't really their forte.
Yeah.
Do you think that OG has the heroes to be able to beat the carry of Liquid, which is TA in this case?
Oh, for sure. They just need a lot more time. You can even check out Koifa's build. He's going for the pipe into Ag's build. He has arcane boots. Like, this hero is not played to win after 30 or 40 minutes.
Thompson has a TP up in a second, but there is now a cookie. So he's going to go for the TP and then realize, oh, Taiga's here too. Never mind.
People just stay out of bottom. I know it's tough, but OG, there's nothing good for you down here.
Oh, hey, this is a big kill. Ice Blast and all the damage that Dark Willow provides.
Look
it
how
will
deep
shred
they are.
strength heroes.
No Tail's TPing out from just in front of the tier 3, and they've got to because looks like Liquid might be able to pressure the actual base of OG, but this is honestly how you have to play it from here on out. Just try to delay, obfuscate, and defend your base when necessary, but nobody should be venturing past that little OG mark in this bottom lane. Is that dead tier 3?
Yeah, with the double damage TA, it's looking like it's Seb going for the back again. Straight up Primal Roar on Dazzle and then runs away. What was that?
What the?
That was the weirdest hit and run I've ever seen.
You're supposed to flee the scene, not... What? I mean, at this point, maybe you're a bit lost if you're OG. Even gods may bleed. This is not a very easy game to find some sort of comeback mechanic. Maybe a toss back?
I mean, I think that's... they are in dire measures. They have to go for one of those really crazy plays where they're going to toss back into the tier 4 area. The toss back is here, allies. But it's to toss Anna back to stay alive.
That's the wrong fountain, Anna. That's not where... He's not supposed to be in his own.
Brambles catching several heroes. Koifa almost stunning up his team with a Curse Crown. Actually stuns up Mickey for now, but Mickey still finds the opportunity to get an arena. Catching all these heroes, Samael starts lining up the damage. Already killing Anna, now going for Thompson. Thompson stunned up that he is dead as well. 2 cores out, and Seb doesn't have any damage here. Saksa gets 2-shot by Samael, and even Insania living. It's like public enemy #1. They just keep on going for the Dazzle. It goes to show how bad this fight went for OG. They couldn't even kill the 5 position.
I gotta say, this new Liquid is terrifying, man. Like, Koifa, even from the offlane, offers the same sort of hero versatility. Sumail just straight up bodying anybody. And Mickey now freed to play more of these initiator style 1 positions. Whoever's playing Snapfire for the squad also looks on point, and thus far, this is a pretty dominant performance. They are crafting themselves a path to the major. Second melee barracks, a moment from falling.
Koifa scribbling away. Ice Blast was going in, but a blink away and a cookie out. Everybody from Liquid dodges it. They just return fire on Thompson. Liquid are indeed doing it. Not in the same kind of climactic way that LD was referring to. This is a much cooler and confident doing it. They are just systematically destroying OG, pick off by pick off, fight by fight, building by building. Liquid are establishing total dominance and are securing themselves 2nd place here at the Western European DPC.
Oh man, and OG, they go from heroes to cheerleaders because at this point, their best bet at getting the TI involves EU doing as well as humanly possible at the major. We've got a shot right now with this loss of an OG versus Nigma TI Finals rematch, potentially just to get to TI with 1 squad being forced to watch from home. Sumail, they don't quite get him into the fountain.
Not quite. They pop the God Strength, but of course the refraction is allowing him to ignore all of that damage. Anna kills some spiders, but that's all he's going to be killing here. The mother comes, as always. Team Liquid.
Man, they like look almost surprised. Like, you'd think they'd be giving you more of a pop-off.
I thought we were supposed to go to Game 3, guys.
Yeah.
Isn't that our normal thing?
Sumail's bored. He's like, guys, like, I have harder matches in my pubs when I'm smurfing in NA. This is it? This is all you got? I thought they were TI winners.
Liquid looking very, very, very hot as you see the background, exchanging some hugs. Mickey giving one to Samael. Samael definitely with a great performance on mid for both games. But, I mean, to be honest, this second one, sure, like, he did what he had to do in the laning phase. But otherwise, he had all the space in the world to just farm. And that was made by Koifa, Mickey, and the 2 supports.
Like, they look